Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trace Station Special Christmas Edition. I'm Tracy. In case you are just popping on for the first time, hello. I'm sick. I have the flu, but I thought, hi, Janita. I thought, what a great story to do while I'm sick with this great nasally voice, Rudolph. Because I have so many books and I really, really want it to be like a human advent calendar and count down the days with you and do, a Christmas story every night. But Friday, I just got really sick. And I went to the doctor today and I definitely have the flu. Doesn't that stink? So, though I can't be in person with my peeps, here I am with you, online, reading a story. And I will read one every day until Christmas. I don't know exactly what times they'll be on and off because I have different appointments and stuff, but there will definitely be a story every day. So if you don't catch it live, you can watch the replay. And that's it. So today we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Rudolph Shines Again. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This was adapted by Rick Budson and illustrated by Arcadia. So I'm going to start with this one first because it's the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I just love Rudolph. So all you kiddies, I hope you're in your jams and you're with me listening to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So again, welcome to the Trace Station. I'm Tracy. Thanks for coming. If you like it, like and share, por favor. That means please. And that's it. So let's get started. So, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Christmastown, also known as the North Pole, is the wonderful place where Santa Claus lives with Mrs. Claus, all the elves, and the flying reindeer that pull Santa's sleigh every Christmas Eve. Nowadays, Christmastown is a happy place. The elves make toys, the reindeer fly. But in the old days, everyone had to watch out for the abominable snow monster. He was big and furry and hated anything having to do with Christmas. And he liked to eat reindeer. All that started to change when Santa's lead reindeer, Donner, became a papa. "We'll call him Rudolph," said Donner, looking at his new son. Suddenly, Donner and Mrs. Donner saw a bright light. "He's got a shiny red nose," said Donner in surprise. "I'd even say it glows." Santa came to see the new arrival, but then he saw Rudolph's nose. "Let's hope the glowing stops if Rudolph wants to make the sleigh team," Santa said. "We can't have any shiny noses flying through the sky." So the daughters put a little cover on Rudolph's nose. Which then, when they put the cover on, that's why he sounds like me. Soon it was time for the new fawns to go to the reindeer games. Then there they would be inspected by Santa, who would choose the best reindeer for his team. At first, Rudolph felt shy, but soon he met a doe named Clarice. "I think you're cute," she told Rudolph. The coach arrived to teach the fawns what they needed to know to be on Santa's team. "First, we'll learn to fly," he told them. "You have to get up enough speed and jump into the wind." Rudolph was so excited about his new friend that he took off with a great whoosh. He soared high over the heads of the reindeer, and Santa too. But as all the young reindeer continued to play, the cover popped off Rudolph's nose. It glowed for all to see. At first, the other deer were frightened, but soon they began to laugh and call poor Rudolph names. "Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer," they jeered. And the coach said, "Go on home. From now on, you can't join in any reindeer games." Only Clarice didn't laugh at Rudolph. Poor Rudolph wandered off alone. Soon he met an elf who was hiding in the woods. "My name is Herbie," said the elf. "I want to be a dentist, but right now I am just an elf who doesn't belong." "And I'm a red-nosed reindeer," said Rudolph. The pair decided to be friends and to run away together. They hadn't wandered far when they heard the terrible roaring of the abominable snow monster. "It's my nose," said Rudolph. "The monster sees it and is coming after us." Rudolph and Herbie were saved by Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the north. "Jump on my sled," said Cornelius, "and we'll run like crazy." But no matter how fast they went, the monster stayed close behind. Finally, they were trapped at the water's edge. Cornelius chopped the ice with his axe, and his friends floated safely away. They floated all night and landed on a strange island, where they were greeted by a puppet that sprang from a box. "I'm the official sentry of the Island of Misfit Toys," said the puppet. "My name is Charlie, and that's why I'm a misfit toy. No child wants to play with a Charlie in the box." Hi, Mike. "We want to travel with Santa Claus in his magic sleigh," said a misfit doll. "Otherwise, we'll miss all the fun with the boys and girls when Christmas Day arrives." The friends met an elephant with polka dots, a choo-choo train with square wheels, and a water pistol that shot jelly, a bird that swam, a cowboy riding an ostrich, and a boat that couldn't float. "We're misfits too," said Rudolph. "Maybe we could stay here with you." I love the polka dotted elephant. But the king of the island would let them stay for only one night. "The island is for toys alone," he said. "A living creature cannot hide here, but you can help us. When you return to Christmastown, tell Santa about these homeless toys. I'm sure he can find girls and boys who want to be happy with them. A toy is never happy until it's loved by a child." That night, when Herbie and Cornelius slept, Rudolph laid awake. "My nose will only bring my friends more danger," he thought. "I must go off on my own." But as he wandered alone in the snow, Rudolph realized that he couldn't run away from his troubles. Rudolph returned to the mainland and headed for Christmastown. But first he had to pass the cave of the abominable snow monster. As he did, Rudolph heard voices crying, "Help! Help!" Rudolph rushed inside. There were Rudolph's parents and Clarice. They had been searching for Rudolph and had been caught by the monster, who was about to devour Clarice. "Put her down!" Rudolph cried, bundling the surprised monster with his little antlers. Just then, Herbie and Cornelius pulled up outside the cave. They had followed Rudolph's trail and knew he needed help. "An abominable snow monster will never pass up a pork dinner," said Cornelius. "Herbie, you sit outside the cave and oink like a pig. When the monster comes outside, watch out." Herbie approached the mouth of the cave. "Oink, oink," he called. The monster dropped Clarice and rushed outside. At that moment, Cornelius pushed the giant snowball down on top of him. Splat! Working quickly with the monster, while the monster was stunned, Herbie used his dentist tools to remove the monster's teeth. Back in Christmastown, Rudolph told how he and his friends had defeated the abominable snow monster. Everyone realized that misfits have their place too. Rudolph told Santa about the misfit toys. "As soon as the storm lets up, I'll find homes for them," Santa promised. Then the weather elf handed Santa his report. Santa gasped. "The storm won't subside by tonight. I won't be able to see to fly my sleigh." Suddenly, a flash of light caught Santa's eye. "Rudolph," he said, "what a beautiful, wonderful nose. Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" "I'd be honored to," said Rudolph, putting on his jingle bells. "Okay, Rudolph," said Santa. First stop is the island of misfit toys. Up, up, and away. And with Rudolph leading the way, Santa soon found loving homes for all those lovely toys. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, everyone sang, you'll go down in history. And he did. And that's why we're reading about him. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I hope you guys like that one. I love that story. I do have one more. I'm so itchy. I have Rudolph Shines Again. This is really cool. And I've never read this story, but it looks great. It's the sequel to the beloved classic tale. So it's what comes next. How cool is this? Let's see. So, Rudolph Shines Again by Robert L. May, and it's illustrated by Antonio Javier Gatparo. Rudolph Shines Again. 'Twas a month before Christmas when Rudolph at play saw Santa drive up to call from his sleigh. The weatherman says there'll be snow on Christmas Eve, so please tell your parents I'd like you to leave. To lead all my dear through that dark snowy night with your shining red nose and its wonderful light. Meanwhile, of course, you can work on the toys we'll be taking this Christmas to good girls and boys. Oh, I love rhyming, guys. As Rudolph was hitched up in front of the rest, he heard the deer whisper, what makes him the best? We're bigger and stronger and older, you said it. But we get the backaches while he gets the credit. The deer in the workshop were mean to him too. They gave him the messiest gluing to do. He carried the heaviest loads of them all, and when football was played, they made Rudolph the ball. That's mean. You can see good. Poor Rudolph, he worried. He wept and he whined, and the more he shed tears, the less his nose shined. Oh, poor little me, he would pity and pout, till one day the light in his nose just went out. With this nose, I never could leave Santa's sleigh. I'm useless here now, so why should I stay? Oh, poor Rudolph. I'll leave here tonight while the rest are in bed and go to some faraway country instead, where none of the new folks who'll be introduced to me know how much brighter my nose really used to be. Oh, so sad. He left and he traveled for mile after mile, till one day when ready to rest for a while. In a field with a very thick forest behind it, he heard a strange noise, but he just couldn't find it. Until he came close, for darkness was falling. Hundreds of rabbits were crying and calling. Oh. I think he's going to be a hero. Two of our children, Dottie and Doris, taking a walk, got lost in the forest. It's much, much too dark now to search or to follow them. By morning, a fox or a wolf will have swallowed them. If only we rabbits had eyes like a cat, or a bright shining flashlight, we could sure use that. Oh. What do you think, kiddies? What's going to happen? Thought Rudolph, these rabbits have reason to worry. I'd better stop pitying me in a hurry. And right then and there, Rudolph ended his habits of pouting and tears and thought just of the rabbits. I'll find them, he shouted. I'll find Dottie and Doris with my bright shining nose, and he dashed for the forest. How cool. He just needed to believe in himself. forgetting himself and his woes, he'd even forgotten the change in his nose. Because he was running as fast as he could, when he learned his mistake, he was deep in the wood. He now faced the risks of that dangerous place, with the nose no more bright than the one on your face. I promised the rabbits their babies I'd save. I may have been stupid, but I've got to be brave. My nose doesn't shine, but like all the other deers, it's still a good sniffer. I still have sharp ears. Quickly and quietly he ran through the forest, sniffing and listening for Dottie and Doris, and sniffing and listening too for the sly foxes and wolves that he knew were close by. With all that huge forest to search without light, do you think that Rudolph will find them that night? I love this story. I like that it rhymes, and I love the pictures. It's beautiful. Perhaps it was smartness, perhaps it was luck, or perhaps a reward for his bravery and pluck. Was sent by an angel from way, way up high, who steered Rudolph's feet toward a very small cry, from a thick patch of bushes, and that's where he found them, frightened but safe, with leaves piled around them. To keep out the cold and wild animals too, I'm your friend, Rudolph whispered. I've come here for you, to help you get home, so please have no fears. Just jump on my back and hold tight to my ears. The foxes and wolves here would all like to meet us in order to cook us and carve us and eat us. Oh my goodness. This guy's amazing. I love this story. So Rudolph bent down and the bunnies obeyed. He then ran so fast that no animal laid a claw or a tooth on the bunnies or deer, though two panting wolves came just terribly near. Then out of the woods for a grand happy landing, in the field where the crowd of sad rabbits were standing. Just picture the mother and dad rabbit's joy when Rudolph brought back their girl and their boy. Oh, look at them waiting, so sweet. Oh. They thanked him and begged him to stay. Said Rudolph, I'll come for a visit someday. But my job is with Santa, to help as I can. I was wrong to go away from that wonderful man. Perhaps it was 'cause of my weeping and whining that all of a sudden my nose stopped its shining. With a dull nose last night in the woods, I helped you. In that case, I surely could help Santa too. As Santa's front reindeer, I guess I'm all through. But I still could load boxes or work with the glue. As tears from the rabbit's eyes started to roll, he started his trip to the far-off North Pole. Before this remarkable journey was through, 'twas the day before Christmas, and darker it grew. The gray northern sky and the fog and the snow would make almost anyone travel quite slow, or even get lost, but Rudolph just flew, straight as an arrow and speedily too. Through the heaviest snowstorm and fog of the season, how did he do it? Can you guess the reason? This is a big book. It's tough to maneuver. Ever since Rudolph had saved the young rabbits, forgetting himself and ended his habits of thinking of Rudolph and weeping and whining, the light on his nose had again started shining. At first very little, too dimly to view with it. Do you think that the angel had something to do with it? Then slowly, more bright, like a red glowing coal, until when at last he could see the North Pole, and Santa's big sleigh by the workshop front door, it showed just as brightly as ever before. How cool. The deer were all hitched, the sleigh almost loaded, and Santa so worried he nearly exploded. Without Rudolph's red nose and its wonderful glow, how will I steer through the fog and the snow? But when he saw Rudolph, he shouted, "Hooray! Quick, take your place at the head of the sleigh." Look at Santa. Isn't he cute? I love Santa. He has sneakers on. That's funny. The deer crowd called, "Rudolph, we dear are glad too. We hope you forgive the big loads and the glue. For the next year job and the shop is a dandy. Next year your job will be tasting the candy." See the elves? Are they cute? So happy young Rudolph led Santa's great sleigh, with Rudolph's red nose again lighting the way, through darkness and fog to deliver the toys that were given that Christmas to good girls and boys. Swiftly they traveled as Rudolph's nose shone on each waiting chimney, including your own. Oh. The very first sound you could hear on the roof as Santa's sleigh landed was Rudolph's small hoof. Then his nose made the light that gave Santa a view of you and your room. And when they were through, you might, too, have heard as they drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Yay! And that's the end of the stories. The bunnies. Gotta love bunnies. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys liked that. I figured I would do these two because they're both Rudolph. And that's it. That's all I have for you. Thank you, Mike, for coming and watching. You're the Bob. And thank you for visiting the Tray Station with me, Tracy. Like I said, this week I will read a story each day. I will let you know in the middle of the day what time about I'm thinking. And that's it. I'm not sure what I'm going to read tomorrow, but I will post it later. Okie dokie. So I hope you're all staying warm and staying safe and getting ready for Santa. Make sure you're being good because he's going to check his list and he's going to check it twice to make sure that you've not been naughty but been being nice. And that's it, guys. Enjoy these little nights as they pop away and we get closer and closer to Christmas. Yay! And that's it. Thanks for joining. Like and share if you like my stories. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.